What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your Umbrella Spear community leader, the Umbrella Router 97 here, and I'm back here with another live stream. You have read that title. So, in today's live stream, I'm reacting to TD Venom's YouTube won't let me watch videos on my own channel now. YouTube is garbage. You heard it right here, folks. Today, I'm going to be reacting to TD Venom's recent video. So the one thing I gotta say is this: let me go on ahead and get the party started. So I'm gonna be doing what I am gonna be doing, and that is I will be activating my live chat. Okay, so hold on one second. And there we go. That should be able to do the actual trick. So I really do hope that my live chat is actually activated or so. But anyways, let me go on ahead and see who's in my live chat, or I believe who's in my live chat right here, right now. We've got Sonia, the scene girl. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Sonia. So the one thing I want to say to you is this. Hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you. But anyway, Sonia, since you are actually here as of right now, you are more than welcome to actually express yourself in the live chat. But anyways, I am going to go on ahead and see if there's going to be some more comments or so, because I want to make sure that, people are actually, are fully prepared for this live stream. Yep. Okay, so I'm starting to see some more people in the live chat, which I will get to in just in a bit. But I want to make sure that I'm not like too lost or anything like that. Okay, so let me see who's in my live chat, or I believe who's in my live chat right here, right now. We've got Caden. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Caden. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, Caden. But anyways, Caden, since you are actually here in my live chat, you are more than welcome to actually, say your piece and whatnot. But I am gonna go on ahead and make sure there's gonna be some more comments or so, because I want to make sure that I am actually fully prepared for this live stream. Okay. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and just make sure if people are actually just going to be enjoying themselves in the live chat, because I want to make sure that that I am fully prepared for this live stream, so that way we can actually get started with this. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see what some people are going to say really quick in the live chat. Okay, so the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, Sonia, is this is what I believe you're saying as of right now. That you just said to Kaden, "Hey, baby," and as far as you, Kaden, this is what I believe you're saying to Sonia. Hey, Sonia. Okay, so I can actually see that the both of you are actually in my live chat, and not to mention that both of you are actually going to be fully prepared when it comes to, this live stream and whatnot. Yep. Okay, so anyways, other than that, all I can really say as of right now is most likely I am going to go on ahead and just make sure if I can actually get started with this topic though, but I want to make sure that, there's going to be some more people before I actually get started with this so-called topic or so. Yep. But anyways, I guess for the meantime, I am going to go on ahead and make sure there's going to be some more people or so, because I want to make sure that I'm actually, fully prepared for this live stream. Okay, so let me see if there is some comments. Okay, so the one thing that I want to say as of right now, Kaden, is it's actually good to hear that you are actually doing okay for yourself. That you just said to me and Sonia just now. Yep. But other than that, one thing that I want to say though as of right now, Kaden, is I really do hope that more or less you're going to be enjoying the so-called live stream, and especially since I am going to be reacting to this so-called new video or so. So I really do hope that people can actually understand where I'm coming from, and not only that, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some people that are actually going to be tuning in for this live stream, and not only that, but also one thing that I do want to point out or so is more or less I am going to be reacting to the so-called video, and I really do hope that people are actually going to be can understand my so-called points across. Okay, so anyways, let me see what Sonia is saying, or what I believe she's going to be saying right here, right now. I feel bad for TG Venom. I actually have to agree where you are actually coming from as of right now, Sonia, because the way I see it though, as of right now, is I actually do feel bad for TD Venom as well, because the way I see it though is you could say to an extent that I have just recently watched his so-called video or so. I'm not quite sure if you would consider it to be like brand new or something like that. I mean, I think the video that he did made, I think it was like out like last week or so, but more or less I am going to be reacting to it and then more or less giving my thoughts on it. You could say I'm also going to say it right now for context purposes though. At one point I at least tried to react to it or so, but I didn't get a chance to do that or so because I was just busy with my personal life or so. But more or less, I really do hope that I am going to be having some time for me to actually react to the so-called live stream because I actually do want to get my valid points across. And not only that, but I really do hope that there's going to be some other people that will happen to be tuning in for this live stream or so. But until for the notice, I am just going to go on ahead and I am going to go on ahead and just wait for some people that will be able to tune in for this. Yep. But I do hope that there's going to be some other people or so that will have the chance to actually, be tuning in for the so-called live stream or so and whatnot. Okay, so anyways, let me just go on ahead and just make sure if there's going to be something else really quick in the live chat. So I really do hope that there really is going to be some people that will be happening, yes, that will happen to be tuning in for this live stream because I want to make sure that, you people are just more or less just going to be, enjoying this and stuff like that. Okay, let me see what Caden is saying or what I believe he's going to be saying about this right here, right now. Same here. And it was indeed last week. Oh, okay. Well, one thing that I want to say as of right now, Caden, is I do appreciate that you just gave me that update just now, but all we can really do right now is just wait and see if this is actually going to be happening or so, because the way I see it though is I just want to make sure that, more or less people are going to be tuning in for the so-called live stream or so, because I actually do want to give my points across about all of this or so. So I really do hope that there's going to be some people that will happen to be tuning in for this live stream, but all we can really do right now is just wait and see. But I guess for the time being, I want to make sure there's going to be some people that will happen to be leaving some comments and whatnot. Yep. So if the both of you actually have anything else that you want to say about in regards to this whole situation, you are more than welcome to actually say your piece about all of this. You could say to an extent. By the way, there might be a chance that I might address one certain individual or so, because there have been some reports that you could say that one of these so-called individuals that I actually did call out just recently or so. I'm not quite sure if it was like this year, but I think most likely it was last year or so. So the way I see it though is you could say that this certain individual had the nerve to, I guess, allegedly or supposedly attempted to false flag TD Venom's so-called YouTube channel. And if that's the case, then this certain individual, in my eyes, this individual is literally just a scumbag in my eyes. So that's the way that I have to look at things. Yep. But I am going to go on ahead and see if I can, you know, get to some more comments and whatnot. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see who is here. I believe who's here right here, right now. We've got Black Saiyan King. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Black Saiyan King. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you. But okay. So since you are actually here though, as of right now, you did say if one of the I'm only gonna mention one of these individuals, but not the other one. Okay, so in regards to Kadeem, and yes, I'm actually referring to, Kadeem the King. So when it comes to him, I'm not even surprised that what he's trying to do, in regards to TD Venom. So from what I have been observing or so, you could say that to an extent that he wants to go on ahead and still do this so-called, harassment, cyberbullying and whatnot. But let me see who's here, or I believe who is here right now. We've got Mega Gamer 2004. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Mega Gamer 2004. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that's the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, Mega Gamer 2004. But since you are actually here as of right now, you are more than welcome to actually, say your piece though for the time being. Yep. But I am gonna go on ahead and make sure there's gonna be some other comments or so because I want to make sure that people are more than welcome to actually say their piece or so. Yep. Okay. So let me see what some other people are gonna be saying about this or so. Okay. So let me see what Mega Gamer 2004 is saying or what I believe he's saying right here right now. Now it's 3:10 a.m. for me. Really now? Wow. I did not know that one. Okay, so one thing I want to say as of right now, Mega Gamer 2004 is I never thought that it would be, you know what I was gonna say as of right now. The current time that you are actually having that like 3:10 a.m. like in the morning or something like that. I mean, that is just insane. I'm not quite sure, how you do it, Mega Gamer, but I can understand that if you're actually to an extent like if you're in a like yes, if you're like in like a different time zone or whatnot. I don't know. But let me go on ahead and see what Black Saying King is going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. I am. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually, just good to hear that you were actually in my live chat. But I think at one point that you were, in my live chat before. I think sometime either last year or so. But it has been quite a while since you were actually here in my live chat or so. But the way I see it though, as of right now, Black Saint King, you are more than welcome to always be welcome in my live chat at any time though. I mean, it has been a while though since you and I have actually interacted or so, and I believe I should have you like on Instagram or something like that. But whenever we get the chance, I want to make sure if you and I can actually catch up with each other and stuff like that. I don't know, just hit me up on the DMs, and then you and I can actually have a chance to get to know each other or so. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some more comments and whatnot. Okay, so let me see who's in my live chat, or I believe who's in my live chat right here, right now. Hey Jay, what's up, man? Okay, this is what you're saying, or what I believe you're saying as of right now. Sub Umbrella. Anyways, it's good to see you right now, J Dog. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, J Dog. But anyway, since you are actually here, you are more than welcome to actually, say your piece though. Yep. But anyways, other than that, I am going to get to some more comments or so. Oh, by the way, if you're actually wondering about the so-called topic at hand, you could say that one of these so-called individuals happened to flag, try to attempt to flag TD Venom channel down, and that person is none other than, I'm gonna say it right now for content purposes, Kadeem the King, which I'm not even surprised. But let me see what J Dog is going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying about this right here, right now. Or wait, let me see what Black Saying King's going to be saying, or what I believe he's saying as of right now. I did recently reach 3K subscribers on YouTube. Thank you for the honor. Oh, okay. So the one thing that I want to say as of right now, Black Saying King, is that's actually just, fantastic news to be hearing. That I never thought that you would actually, reach 3,000 subscribers. So the way I see it though, as of right now, is you actually did earn that, you definitely earned it. The way I see it though. By the way, I'm only gonna play this for content purposes or so. Let me see if I can actually try to find the sound effect. I'm only gonna be playing this for Black Saying King. Okay. So Black Saying King, if you're actually in the live chat, I am gonna be playing this so-called sound effect, which I am gonna hope it's gonna be working. So anyway, Black Saying King, this is for you. So if you actually did hear that so-called sound effect, oh, by the way, I'm actually gonna give a quick update. So it turns out that streamer actually gave me, some sound effects, and one of them, this is what it's called, applause intense. So that so-called sound effect that I just played as of right now, that is actually meant for Black Saint King, if that makes any sense or so. But I just wanted to just play that sound effect for Black Saint King, if anything or so. Yep. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if I can get to some other comments or so, because I do appreciate that some of the people are actually trying to, be patient or so. Okay. Anyways, other than that, let me go on ahead and see if I can get to some other comments or so, because I want to make sure that, people are actually going to be enjoying more of this live stream or so. Okay, let me see what J Dog is saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying about this right here, right now. It sucks that Cheaty Venom can't react to videos anymore. Okay, so the one thing that I want to say as of right now, J Dog, is I think at one point, TD Venom actually did make a live stream where, to an extent, that he could react to videos or so, but more or less, though, I want people to actually, react to this video, so that way, I'm able to get my points across or so. By the way, if you're actually wondering why I'm doing this live stream, you could say at one point that I tried to do it last week or so, but I didn't get a chance to do it or so because I was actually busy with my personal life. But I'm hoping that more or less I'm going to be, getting this live stream out the way, if anything. Yep. But let me go on ahead and get to some other people's comments or so, because I'm starting to see some new people or so. But first thing first, let me get to J Dog's comment or so, and then I will get to this one or so. Okay, let me see what J Dog is saying, or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. Oh, really? Yes, really, J Dog. So as of right now, from what I'm actually witnessing, I have to be honest, as of right now, Kadeem the King has that habit of actually, false flagging, yes, false flagging other people's content, which doesn't really come as a shock whatsoever. So this is the way I see it, though. So it's perfectly fine if he, from his mind. So it's fine if he actually tries to call out people, for their bullshit. But when we do it to him, he plays the victim and he tries to, false flag other people. It's like that's not the way it works. So but it's like this. So the way I see it in my own eyes, if Kadeem tries to cause drama and start shit with us, we fight back. Fair is fair. And if he doesn't like that, well, guess what? Tough shit. That's the one thing I gotta say in regards to him. Anyways, let me see who's in my live chat, or I believe who's in my live chat right here, right now. We've got the homie Black Sheep of the World 98. What's up, man? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Black Sheep. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, Black Sheep. But anyways, Black Sheep, since you are actually here as of right now, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some people that will be happy to be, how do I say this? Oh yes, most likely that they will be surprised that you are actually here, though, as of right now. But I am going to go on ahead and make sure that there's going to be some people in the live chat that will be happy to be seeing you or so. But there is one thing that I do want to point out, though. I'm seeing more people that are actually respecting Black Sheep more, a lot more than Kadeem, because at least for Black Sheep, he's actually making some really good content, though. But let me see what J Dog is saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. Kadeem is now flagging people now. I'm not surprised. Neither am I, J Dog. Neither am I. And one thing that I want to say, though, as of right now, is if Kadeem happens to even, try to watch this live stream, most likely he's gonna just try to, get triggered, and he'll most likely play the victim. Which, by the way, even if Kadeem were to, as an example, were to be in my live chat is not gonna hesitate to roast his ass. Why? Because people cannot, stand him anymore. It's like at this point he's just a laughing stock, and not to mention, in my eyes, he is definitely a low-cal. He really is. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other comments or so. Okay, let me see what Black Saint King is gonna be saying, or what I believe he's gonna be saying right here, right now. I just keep pushing good content. I actually have to agree where you're actually coming from, Black Saint King, because the way I see it though as of right now is you actually do your very best just to make sure that you actually make good content. Which, by the way, to the people in the live chat, I would recommend that you actually go check out Black Saint King because he actually does have topic variety or so. Yes, he actually does have variety, and not only that though, but I do believe that there are times where he would talk about like anime and something like that. But well, I will say this though, I actually don't mind anime myself or so, but I would more or less consider myself like a casual anime fan, but I don't really watch anime like that or so. I just like to watch other things and whatnot. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other comments or so. Okay, let me see what Black Saying King is saying or what I believe he's gonna be saying right here, right now. Black Sheep of the World 98 is funny as fuck. How are you, bro? Okay, so this is what Black Sheep is saying or what I believe he's saying as of right now. I'm good, Black Saint King. Yep. So I can actually see that the both of you are actually just, having a good time in the live chat, but well, it has been quite a while since the both of you have actually, interacted with each other. But one thing that I am going to say though, as of right now, is I am hoping, I'm not quite sure when, it would be cool if, myself and some of the people in the live chat can actually have the chance to get to know, the homie Black Sheep of the World 98 or so. I'm not quite sure when, I'll be able to do that with some people, but, hopefully that we'll have that chance to make time or so. But let me go on ahead and see if I can actually try to get back with, to the people in the live chat. Okay. Let me go on ahead and see what J Dog is saying or what he's going to be saying right here, right now. Definitely no surprise on that. Exactly, J Dog. Exactly, man. By the way, Jay, this is actually one thing that I do want to say in regards to you, though, is yeah, I'm definitely not surprised that he's actually trying to false flag other people's content, though. And from what I've been gathering, he also has a nerve to, from what I've been hearing, I think he's also trying to false flag other people, and especially the homie Black Sheep of the World 98, which, by the way, I want to point something out, though, as of right now, is Black Sheep, for the most part, he's just doing his own thing. But then, here comes Kadeem trying to cause drama and start shit with them. And the way I see it right now is I do not blame Black Sheep, not even once, for actually calling out and exposing Kadeem whatsoever. Let me see what Black Saint King is saying or what he is going to be saying right here, right now. By the way, EDP is coming back on the internet. Can I say this as of right now? Black Saint King is, the way I see it though, is fuck EDP 445, because the way I see it right now is I'm seeing more and more people that are actually calling out and exposing his so-called bullshit. And from what I've been also hearing, he's also trying to attempt to be on Cameo or something like that. It's like, why is he doing this? It's like he knows that, he's a local. And not only that, but he has done some shady stuff. It's like there is like plenty of proof and evidence of what he has been doing though. And the way I see it, though, people are not going to stop doing that because people have the legal right to actually be doing that. But anyways, let me go on ahead and see what some of the people are saying. Okay, let me see what Mega Gamer 2004 is saying or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. Black saying he is awesome. I actually have to agree where you're actually coming from. Mega Gamer 2004, like he actually is awesome. Which, by the way, Mega Gamer 2004, yes, 2004. If you are actually here in the live chat, I would just recommend actually checking out his so-called channel on YouTube or so. Yes, go on ahead and check out his YouTube channel because he he has definitely earned those so-called 3K subscribers or 3,000 subscribers. Yep. So the way I see it right now, he has definitely had that much subscribers, which is 3,000 stuff. 3,000. Yep. And I really do hope that eventually he'll be able to get more subscribers though. But I know for a fact that he's actually at 3K. Yep, which is the K. I'm not quite sure why I said that or so, but let me go on ahead and see if I can actually get you some more comments or so. Okay, let me see. I want to make sure that I'm not like too lost or anything like that. Okay, let me see what Mega Gamer 2004 is saying or what he is saying right here, right now. Congrats to him. Yep, I actually have to agree where you're actually coming from as of right now. Mega Gamer 2004. All I can really say as of right now is congratulations to the one and only Black Saint King for actually earning that much subscribers or so. And I really do hope that eventually he'll be able to get more than just 3K subs or whatever. Yep. But I might consider possibility giving a shout out to him. I'm not quite sure when I'll be able to do that. I'm not quite sure when I'll be able to do that or so. I mean, it could be like another live stream or so, or possibility a community post. I'm not quite sure, but I might consider thinking about something or so. I want to make sure that if I could try to do a special shout out to the one and only Black Saint King, because the way I see it right now, he has earned my respect or so. And there are times where I can sometimes talk with them behind the scenes on Instagram. But anyways, let me see who's in my live chat, or I believe who's in my live chat right here, right now. We've got AJeff99. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, AJeff99. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that's the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, AJeff99. But anyways, since you are actually here in my live chat, you are more than welcome to actually say your piece about all of this or so. I do have a quick question for you, HF99. I'm not quite sure if you've actually heard of Black Saint King, but he's actually in my live chat, which keep in mind, I would just recommend that you actually go check out his content or so. But also, I want to make sure if I can actually try to stay on topic with, when it comes to this, this video that I am going to be reacting or so. Yep. Okay. Let me see what Caden is saying or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. Well, I'm watching anime now. Oh, okay. Well, the one thing that I want to say as of right now, Caden, is that's actually understandable if you're actually, watching anime or so, but I'm not quite sure when I'll get back to anime or so. I haven't got a chance to be doing that because I've been busy with my personal life. But I really do hope that one way or another I'll be able to have the chance to actually, watch anime or so. I mean, who knows? Maybe we could even, have a chance to watch together. So behind, I don't even know. But one way or another, I'll see what I can do when it comes to watching anime or so. But I do believe that there are some people in the live chat that would want to watch anime, but that's up to the people themselves in the live chat. But anyways, let me see who's in my live chat, or I believe who's in my live chat right here, right now. We've got Javier Pony. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Javier. So, anyways, since you are actually here, this is the one thing that I want to say as of right now. Hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that's one thing that I want to say in regards to you, Javier. But anyway, since you are actually here as of right now, you are more than welcome to actually say your piece in the live chat if you actually want to. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if you know there's gonna be some more comments and whatnot. Okay, so I'm starting to see some more comments or so because I want to make sure that I want to get my points across. Okay, so let me see who's in my live chat, or I believe who's in my live chat right here, right now. Hey, Rage Master, what's up, man? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Rage Master. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, Rage Master. But anyway, since you are actually here in my live chat, you're more than welcome to actually say your piece about all of this or so. Yep. But I am going to go on ahead and make sure if I can get to some other people in the live chat or so, because I want to make sure that I actually get my points across. Yep. Okay, so but anyways, wait, hold on. Is this an interesting comment from you, Sonia? I think most likely I am going to go on ahead and see if I can actually get to this comment because I think more or less I'm going to be trying to addressing this. Okay, let me see what Sonia is saying or what she is going to be saying right here, right now. I remember when Kadeem made fun of dead people like your grandfather, Michael Jackson, Elvis. Wait, are you actually serious about this, Sonia? This is actually the first time that I'm actually hearing about this. Well, the way I see it though is the first one you actually did get correctly or so, but did he actually did respect disrespect both Michael Jackson and Elvis? If this is the case, then the way I see it, he is definitely one evil piece of fucking shit because he should not be doing that whatsoever. And that is something that I don't condone, and I'm pretty sure that the people in the live chat don't condone that either. The way I see it right now is making fun of people that is going way too far. Like it really is. But anyways, there is one thing that I might have to consider checking, so I'll be right back. TD Venom Defender, activate. Okay, so I am back. So, anyways, I do apologize for that so-called 5-minute delay. I just had to go on ahead and take care of things. But, anyways, here I am. But you could say that this is actually interesting that you could say to an extent that I have completely, changed myself. And by the way, this is one thing that I do want to clarify. Or so it's like if Kadeem the King happens to watch this so-called profile picture and the username that I temporarily changed, most likely he'll be triggered because at one point I actually, did a live stream by going like this or so, and then I can't believe he got so butthurt, and it's just so hilarious. Like whoever thought that I would be, having this name would make him would make him triggered or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, let me go on ahead and see what Javier Pony is saying or what he is going to be saying right here, right now. I'm excited for John Wick game on PS5, and I know it comes out 2026 or 2027. Oh, okay. So the one thing that I want to say as of right now, Javier, is that is actually, just, excited to hear that. I never thought that you're gonna go on ahead and actually, try to get that game or so, which is, the game John Wick or so. But if that were to be the case, though, as of right now, Javier, then I really do hope that more or less you're gonna go on ahead and just, enjoy that game, and I really do hope that more or less you'll have, fun with the game or so. But that's entirely up to you on what type of game that you actually want to have a chance to actually, try out for yourself. But anyways, let me go on ahead and see if I can get you some more comments or so. And I'm most certain that, Rage Master would want to say his piece. But speaking of Rage Master, let me see what he is going to say or what I believe he's going to say right here, right now. Dang, Kadim should be ashamed of himself. Exactly, Rage Master. Exactly, man. So the way I see it though, as of right now, Rage Master is Kadeem should definitely be ashamed of himself because I never thought that he would actually have a chance to be doing that. I mean, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I'm not like 100% convinced if he actually did it, but there is like legit like physical proof that if he did that, then the way I see it though is in my eyes, the way I see it is this: he is definitely an evil piece of shit because he should have known better not to disrespect the dead. But that's just typical Kadeem for you. When things do not go his way, he wants to go on ahead and cause drama and start shit with people. And, lastly, he wants to play the victim. Yep. Okay, so one thing I want to say as of right now, Rage Master, is that is a valid point. Yep, that definitely does him, the quote unquote scamming princess. I mean, he should be known to be, called that name because, I just can't believe that he would actually get triggered whenever, people actually call him that. And the way I see it in my own eyes, he is a scammer in my eyes because there is some proof that some people actually did call out and expose his so-called actions. And the way I see it right now is here's just my own personal advice: do not make any business with Kadeem the King whatsoever, because at the end of the day, he will try to go on ahead and try to scam people. Yep. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if I can get to some comments or so. Okay, let me go on ahead and take a look at this for myself. Okay, so the one thing that I want to say as of right now, J Dog, is I'm not quite sure if Sonya has any proof from at the moment or so, but I don't know. That's up to Sonya if she can actually try to provide proof or so. But I'm not quite sure if she has it though as of right now. But I think for the time being, J Dog, you might have to have a talk with her behind the scenes about this or so. I don't know. But if she does have proof, then I'm not quite sure if I should have a chance to play it or so, but most likely that maybe for another time or so. I'm not quite sure. You just have to, ask her yourself though, J Dog. Yep. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if I can actually get to some other comments or so because I want to make sure that people people can actually understand where I'm actually coming from. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see what Rage Master is gonna be saying or what I believe he's gonna be saying about this right here, right now. Oh God, that stupid scamming princess. Okay, so one thing that I want to say as of right now, Rage Master, is I'm not surprised. The way I see it right now is I am so not surprised that, how do I say this? That Kadeem would actually be like this. And that's actually should be a good name, a new nickname for him, the so-called stupid scamming princess or so. But at this point, Kadeem is just more or less just a meme that he wants to go around doing this nonstop harassment to a lot of us or so. This is the way I see it. For the most part, we're trying to move on, but then here comes Kadeem wants to go on ahead. Like I said, he wants to cause drama, start shit with us for no reason. And at this point, I feel like we just had enough of him. That's the way I see it. But I am gonna go on ahead and see what Sonya is gonna be saying, or what I believe she's gonna be saying about this right here, right now. Yes, Kadeem disrespected Michael Jackson by making a meme about him. Making a meme about him. Wow. All I can really say as of right now, Sonya, is Kadeem should have known better to not do that shit. But the way I see it right now, as usual, the way I see it right now is he doesn't listen. Like the way I see it right now is he doesn't listen. It's like certain people try to tell him to stop with the drama, but the way I see it, he just doesn't want to listen, and that is just unfortunate. And not to mention the way I see it, it's honestly quite sad that he doesn't want to have a chance to move on. Like that is just pretty fucking sad. Yep. But anyways, I think it's about time for me to actually get started with the video or so. So I think more or less I am gonna go on ahead and get started with the video or so. Let me see if it's actually up and ready or so. Okay. Anyways, without any further ado, here is the video right here, right now. Okay, so as you people can actually see for yourselves, so this was like the video that TD Venom actually did make. So I believe it was like sometime either last week or so. So, but I think more or less we're gonna go on ahead and actually try to react to it. But I do hope that there's not gonna be anything wrong with the so-called video. But yeah, but this is it. More or less, I'm gonna go on ahead and actually try to react to the video, and then more or less, I'm gonna go on ahead and just have a chance to give my so-called honest thoughts about all of this or so. Yep. Okay, so the way I see it right now is most likely I'm gonna go on ahead and actually get started with the so-called video, and I really do hope that, more or less that the video is actually gonna be, playing or so. Okay. So anyways, let me see if I can actually try to play it. Wait, hold on one second. Okay, I will at least get to this one comment or so. Okay, one thing that I want to say as of right now, Rage Master, is I'm gonna see if I can try to take a look at your comment though a bit later, so but yeah, most likely I'm gonna see if I can try to look at that comment though a bit later. But more or less, I am gonna go on ahead and actually get started with the so-called reaction or so, video or so. Yeah, I'm gonna be reacting to this video, and then I will give my thoughts on it. Okay. Anyways, without any further ado, is the video right here, right now.
Can someone please explain to me what in the blue hell is going on here? This right here is what I'm dealing with right now as I'm speaking. I just found this out today. So I want to tell you a little story on why do I think YouTube is holding me down, okay? Let's go back to the beginning of my time on YouTube. I had another channel and I used to go and make videos. And since then, I've been getting hate. I had people doxing me, using my personal information, people trying to steal my name and all of that, trying to frame me to make me look bad, drag me into feuds and drama, all that other dumb shit. I had people doing all sorts of terrible things, lying about me, trying to talk trash behind my back, and all of that. And then I get my channel shadow banned, and then it officially gets banned for copyright claims. Okay, so I make this channel that I'm on right now, and it's still happening to this very day. I'm still getting shadow banned. My account, my videos are being hindered, brought down. And I just don't understand why. Is it because I tell the truth? That's too much of a damn. Oh, yeah, you can't do that. No, you can't tell the truth around here. So let me get this straight. So you can have fucking retards and assholes like this bitch right here, Katia Sophia. You can have that, right? That's cool. Oh, yeah, that's really, really, really cool. Look at her. Oh, my slaves and this and that. Obey me. Now, you may say, well, what's wrong with her fucking videos? Well, it's all sex appealing. And look at all the views that she's getting, all the subs she's getting. Oh, this is on her shorts. I didn't even bother to. You go on her channel. You want to subscribe? Fuck, subscribe. I don't even fucking care anymore. That just shows you how retarded people on social media is, and that's how retarded people is on real life. Oh, that's not nice. That's not PG. Fuck you and being PG. I'm sick and tired of this. You get cunts like this. She e-bags. She's sitting there. Oh, thank you for donating a nice little leather skirt so I can look all sexy in my videos, right? She can try to scam people like myself and all of that. But no, don't get rid of that. Don't get rid of shit like that. That's too much. Oh, let's keep Kadeem the King, this fucking retard. Oh, I'm Kiss the King. It's your boy Kadeem the King. Yeah, keep this. And this man is over here, got 3.7 million views off a video he didn't make. And then he gets 32,000 views off another video he didn't make. But he gets a lot of subscribers off of that. Let's champion him. Right? Content thieves. But bro, you go and steal other people's music. I'm 313. I'm the king. Bow down when the king comes to your town. Suck a fucking dick, bitch. Your channel suck fucking dicks. Fuck you. God damn it. Oh, you're mad? Hell yeah, I'm mad. And then you get shit like wrestling on top. I'm wrestling on Taku. The personification of wrestling, personification of excellence on YouTube. Make sure you watch the video and subscribe. Women need accountability. Things that women need to do. They need to cook and clean for me while I watch AEW and WWE and watch women wrestle so I can jerk off to it with my 4-inch penis. That's great. You keep shit like that, right? Oh, what about Young Defiant, yeah. Oh, this is garbage. You're an idiot. You watch a video, you a bitch. This is garbage. 39,000 views. Oh, 11,000 views, 13,000 views, 39,000 subscribers. Woo! That's good. That's great. Really? Come on, man. This is some bullshit. AI junk channels. This is stupid. And you keep these videos around. But I get suppressed. I'm the one that needs to go. I'm the devil. I'm evil. Man, YouTube, I hope YouTube goes out of fucking business and I hope it goes out of business and all the people who work for it and that's allowing this stuff to happen, they go it be broke for the rest of your fucking lives if you're going to be doing this to other channels. And I bet you I'm not the only one going through this. I can't be the only one going through this. I'm sitting there watching, a few good people like Deep Humor, and he talks about things like this. YouTube doing fucking garbage stuff like this. This is what I get. I just don't get it. I get my channel gets taken down. No, it's not taken down. Earlier this year, I made a video talking about the same thing that Deep Humor talked about this whole YouTube ID claim or ID or verification. And I thought it was BS. It's bullshit. It is bullshit, right? But I find out like a couple of weeks to a month later, oh, by the way, TG Venom, we need you to go and give us your ID or your credit card or bank information so that we can know that you're over the age of 18 because we don't believe you're over the age of 18. So you have to give us your ID. Like hell I am. I'm not giving you a damn thing. I ain't giving you shit, motherfuckers. I haven't made a video like this in a long time of anger and rage. You want to talk about rage? This is rage. This is fucking rage. Motherfuck YouTube. Yo, and then they did this. They were like, oh, by the way, this video that you made years and years ago that we thought was okay. Oh, by the way, that's harassment and cyberbullying. And it was just me beating up a picture of Soulja Boy for fun. It was just a harmless video. No, it's no cyberbullying and harassment. You think I'm going to spend time harassing Soldier Boy? Really? You think I really give a rat's ass about that moron, that retard? I don't care about that dude. I don't care about him. Fuck him. I don't care about Soldier Boy. But I'm harassment and cyberbullying. But yet you have the pedophiles on here like Cyrax. You keep those fucking retards around. You get child predators like that. You have racism, sexism, homophobia content on YouTube. You don't do nothing about that. Grifters and all these liars and scammers. But TG Venom has to go. He's too raw. He's too venomous. Why? What do I do? What do you do, TG Venom? Why do you have YouTube hating on you? I don't know. I just be honest with people, blunt with people. But because we're living in this society where telling the truth is so evil and wrong, right is wrong, wrong is right, up is down, down is up. That's the world we're living in, and it's more frequent on social media. Women are acting like a bunch of whores and acting like a bunch of men-hating bitches because they think that that is what real womanhood is all about. And men acting like a bunch of simps are hating, bashing women, trying to like, oh, you need to abuse women. Oh, being a real alpha male is, and Wes Watson, that fucking clown, he's on YouTube still. What the fuck is he still doing around for? And all these other douchebag alpha male, I got 3,000 pounds of steroid muscles in my arm. That means I'm alpha male. Fuck you. You see what I'm saying? You people wonder why I don't even want to be on YouTube anymore. This is why I say I don't want to be on here anymore, because of shit like this. The only reason why I'm still on here is because of my music. If I had no music on here, I would have been going a long time ago. I was going to leave the last time when I got my last channel taken down. I even told Leon, I said, Leon, I'm not coming back. I don't want this anymore. Because this is stupid. This is childish. I have a life to live. I got other things I got planned for me in life. This isn't it. This isn't real life. This isn't worth it. I'm not getting anywhere. What do I get? I get thumbs down. And I made a video about Bad Bunny and the Kid Rock halftime show, right? And I get my channel subs going up and down like a wave and stuff like that. Thumbing my videos down, bunch of trolls fucking with my channel and stuff. Some people were saying, well, let's report his videos. I just don't get it. I really think, no, I feel in my bones that YouTube is purposely fucking with me. I really do think that. I think they're really fucking with me. I don't think there is no what's that word I'm looking for? Like a coincidence. It's not coincidental that this is happening to me and people like myself. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen from here on out. This might be the beginning of the end of my channel. I don't know. I'm not doing anything wrong. And I bet you, I'm probably going to get, shut down as well. I feel what Deep Humor is going through. And in fact, I'm going to link him this. And I hope he makes a video about this. And I hope this video gets blown up. People share this on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Reddit. I don't care. Share this. Not because I want to be famous, but because I want people to see what kind of garbage that YouTube is willing to go for just to hold you down, just to shut you down. This can't be no coincidence. All these just adding up after back to back. No, this cannot be this is no coincidence. I don't care if this video is garbage. I do not care. I just want this video to get out there to a wider audience, because this is bullshit. It might not. People won't even watch this. It might get flagged down, heavily thumbed down. Nobody will watch this. And if that's the case, fuck YouTube. I've been saying YouTube sucked for years. Made a couple of videos about it. But, oh my God, it's like YouTube is getting even worse. No more broadcast yourself. It's about corporations and how much money you can give these cocksuckers. Fuck this. I hate it. I hate it. And I bet you I'm saying a lot of things that a lot of people wish they could say, but they cannot say. It's just ridiculous. Like, why do I have to go through all this? I don't do anything wrong to anybody else. I keep myself clean. I stay over there. I'm not about drama. I just make my music and I talk about music. I just be honest with people. But that's too much. But all these other retards, they could do whatever the fuck they want, but you keep them around and you even reward them. This is some bullshit. I hate YouTube. YouTube should go out of fuck. I hope they do go out of business, crash and burn.
And there you go. You heard it from the man himself. So all I can really say as of right now is everything in that video that TD Venom just said. I can fully understand what type of valid points that he is actually making himself or so. Yep. But the way I see it right now, it's such a shame that, this is happening to his so-called channel on YouTube. And, it shouldn't happen whatsoever because I don't fully believe he did anything wrong. And I get that there's some people that may not like him or so, but I just decided not to get myself involved in that because, I'm just not really involved in that. So the way I see it right now is if there's some people that may not, like TD Venom or more or less dislike him or so, then that's their opinion. But I'm not gonna really, get myself involved in any of that whatsoever because that's not really my place to say. But anyways, let me see what Rage Master is gonna be saying or what I believe he's gonna be saying about this right here, right now. Here's a question: do you think Kadeem has a good education? The short answer is no. Okay, this is what Sonia is saying, or what I believe she's saying as of right now. Nope, he didn't get a good education. I actually have to agree with the both of you. The first one being you, Rage Master, and the second one being Sonya, because the way I see it right now is TD Venom didn't do anything wrong whatsoever. Yep. But it's like what I said before. Like if some people may not like him or so, that's their opinion or so. But I'm not gonna like really get myself involved in that. But the way I see it right now is I truly believe that Kadeem is behind all of this because he will not stop with this so-called harassment that he's doing, and not to mention that the type of false flagging that he's actually doing to people. Anyways, let me see what Rage Master is saying or what he is gonna be saying right here, right now. Yep, Kadeem has no education. Why he wastes his time in his school life? I actually have to agree where you're actually coming from, Rage Master, because the way I see it right now is I don't truly believe Kadeem has a good education because if he did, then he would have actually done something about it. It's like he would have actually been an actual man and actually, I don't know, get himself a life or something like that. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't he like supposedly, living with the so-called grandmother and mother or so? Like, isn't he actually living with one of his parents and a grandparent? At this point, the way I see it right now, Kadeem has no room to be talking whatsoever, telling people how to live their lives and whatnot. Especially in my own community. Like that type of shit is not gonna be tolerated whatsoever. Like it's really not going to be tolerated. I actually have to agree where actually coming from, Sonya, because the way I see it right now is TD Venom is not even doing anything wrong whatsoever. So I actually have to agree where actually coming from because he really is not doing anything wrong whatsoever. Yep. But nothing about this, Sonya, is actually surprising to me anymore. I mean, that certain people are trying to cause drama, start shit, especially to TD Venom and Kadeem the King, being one of them or so. But the way I see it right now is if more and more people happen to call out and expose Kadeem the King's actions, then I don't blame them whatsoever. Because this type of shit that Kadeem is doing is not even funny, it's not cool, it's not being a badass, it makes him look like a chump, a clown, but most importantly, a locale. Because that's exactly who Kadeem the King actually is, especially to people. Yep. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some more comments or so because I do plan on keeping this live stream going for a bit or so because most likely I've already set my points across when it comes to this entire live stream or so, and I want to make sure there's gonna be some other people that will happen to say their piece about all of this or so. Yep. But I am gonna just check really quick if there's gonna be some other people or so, and if people want to have a chance to come into, you could say, to the panel and actually see their piece, then most likely I'm gonna go on ahead and see if I can actually let some people in or so. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other updates or so. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and actually just take a quick look at this because I want to make sure there's going to be some other updates. Okay, so let me see if there's going to be some type of other update. Okay, so anyways, I don't believe there's any like new comments or so, but I want to make sure if there's going to be, something else really quick. If there happens to be some new people in the live chat, then I really do hope that, there is going to be some other comments and whatnot. Okay, so all I can really say as of right now is I really do hope that people are going to come into, more people in the live chat. And not only that, but I really do hope that there's going to be some other people that will happen to be saying their piece or so. Yep. Okay. So let me go on ahead and just see if there's going to be some other comments or so, because so far, all I can really say is I think that there were some people that happened to enjoy the live stream. And that's the one thing that I do, appreciate to the people in the live chat. Yep. Okay, so any new comments though, really quick in the live chat, because I think in a little while I might consider inviting some people in, so that way they'll be able to come into the panel and actually say their piece or so. I mean, I'm not quite sure. Yep. But let me go on ahead and see if I can yes, if I can let some people know about the so-called live stream or so. I mean, I've already reacted to the video, but what I am gonna say though, as of right now, is if some people actually want to have a chance to actually come in and actually say their piece, then they are more than welcome to actually do that. But let me see if I can actually try to take care of business or so, and if people want to have a chance to actually come into the panel, then they're more than welcome to actually have a chance to be doing that. But to the people in the live chat, I really do hope that you people actually did enjoy the video or so. And I don't blame TD Venom not even one bit for actually going off and actually, saying his piece about, of what he actually had to say on that video. Yep. So the way I see it right now is I don't blame him not even one bit or so, but I think more or less that from what I've been hearing, I think he's already got that, resolved or so, but it's just really unexpected that I never thought that they would have the chance to be actually doing that to him. Like he just don't deserve any of that whatsoever. And it's like this. People have the legal right to actually express themselves on YouTube or so. It's like we're just here on this platform to just express ourselves, nothing more and nothing less or so. But I just don't understand, YouTube's plan anymore. But the way I see it right now, it's like YouTube just needs to, step up and actually, call out and expose like the bad YouTuber for their so-called actions, and Kadeem the King actually being one of them. Like it needs to happen or so. And if I'm not mistaken, like during that video that you people were actually, watching yourselves, didn't Kadeem actually, steal people's content and he wants to claim it, claims it on his own. So yeah, at this point he has no room to be talking whatsoever. And not only that, but at one point I believe he made a false allegation against TD Venom. So let me see what the false allegation was, because some people actually told me about this. Yes, some people actually told me about this. So okay, so here's one of them. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Kadeem actually said to TD Venom, said, and I quote, "Oh, you steal other people's music and whatnot." And it's like, no, he doesn't, because 9 times out of 10, TD Venom actually makes his own music and he doesn't, rip people off. He actually makes his music from start to finish or so. And there are times where even I actually enjoy TD Venom's music or so. And the way I see it right now is it is something new that I have never even heard of before. So the way I see it right now is the music that he actually puts hard work and effort, he actually does from start to finish. Yep. But anyways, I do apologize if I, got a little sidetracked, but I think more or less I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some people that are gonna be, coming into the panel and actually see their piece or so. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some people, but if there's not gonna be some people that are gonna be into the panel or so, then I can't really say my piece about that or so. But keep this in mind, it's up to the people themselves if they want to have a chance to join or so in a little while. But if they're not gonna have a chance to join, then I can't really, I can't really say my piece about that whatsoever. So I mean, I don't even know. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some people that are gonna be having a chance to join. But if not, it's up to them. Anyways, let me see what Sonia is saying or what I believe she's saying right here, right now. TD Venom doesn't steal music at all. I actually have to agree where you're actually coming from as of right now, Sonia, because the way I see it though, as of right now, is TD Venom doesn't steal any music whatsoever. It's like there is proof that he just doesn't, do that whatsoever. Yep. But unfortunately, you got like dumbasses like I'm gonna say this right now, like Kadeem the King wants to claim that TD Venom does that with no, like literally with no physical proof whatsoever. And it's like this. If Kadeem's gonna go around and make a claim like that, then he better back up his claims. But knowing him, he just didn't do it, and it's quite unfortunate that he just doesn't show proof whatsoever. Like he just doesn't, and it's really unfortunate that he wants to go around and actually do that. And by the way, Sonia, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Kadeem also try to doing that to you at one point? Well, not more or less, I don't think he said that you steal other people's music, but he did, fat shame you at one point, which is something that we don't condone in this community whatsoever. So fat shaming is something that I am highly against, and that is one thing that we do not condone whatsoever. We don't tolerate it, and that is something that's against our community. So fat shaming to me is a red flag, not to mention a huge red flag, like it is. And if some people don't like it, that we don't, condone fat shame, well, to those type of people, tough shit, because that is something we are not going to tolerate whatsoever. Like we are not going to tolerate that shit whatsoever. We really aren't. But I am going to go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other people that happen to say the piece in live chat. But anyway, Sonia, is there anything that you want to say though as of right now? Because I can actually believe where you're actually coming from. That GD Venom just doesn't steal any music whatsoever, and it's like what I said before. If some people do not like GD Venom, that's fine with me. Those people are entitled to their own opinions. But if people are going to go on ahead and make false allegations on TD Venom, then that is something we're not going to tolerate whatsoever. Like we are not going to like stand by that. We really aren't. But I am going to go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other people that are going to be willing to be saying their piece or so. But Sonia, if there's anything that you want to say, then go on ahead and say it though, because what I'm actually saying though as of right now is actually pretty much true, more or less. Yep. But it was actually quite a surprise that some of you people were actually in the live chat. That you people were able to enjoy that. Enjoy the live stream so far, and that's one thing that I actually do appreciate. Yep. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other people that are gonna be saying their piece or so. But if there's not really gonna be like a lot of people or so, then I don't know. It's up to the people if they want to have a chance to join. Yep. But anyways, let me see if there's gonna be some type of other update or so. Let me see if I can actually check out this update really quick. Okay, I'm not too worried about it because I want to focus more on this live stream or so. But anyways, is there any like new people in the live chat? Because I want to make sure that I try to continue more with this live stream because more or less I pretty much already said my points across when it comes to this live stream or so. I mean, it is still going to continue though, but the point that I am going to be making or so is if there happens to be some other people in the live chat, then those people are more than welcome to actually come into the live chat and actually really say their piece about this. I don't know. But let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other comments or so. Because to the people in the live chat, it's actually good to see that some people actually, do support TD Venom because, I actually do support his content. I actually listen to his music though. Maybe not like every last one of his so-called soundtracks and whatnot, but I actually do listen to some of them at least. And I'm gonna see if I can try to plan on listening to more of his music or so because at this point he actually does make some pretty good music. Yep, he actually does. But let me go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other comments or so because I'm actually just enjoying this live stream so as of right now, and I've already reacted to the video, and yeah, pretty much. But let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other comments or so because I am going to go on ahead and see if I could try to continue more with this live stream, and I want to make sure if I could try to, continue with it. Yep. Okay, so I'm not quite sure. There's going to be some people that are going to try to join, but like I said, I can't really force them or so. But I guess more or less we can go on ahead. We can go on ahead and try to continue more with this topic. Yes, we could try to continue with it, but if not, I guess we could just talk about something else or so. But I wanted to get this, live stream out there, especially me reacting to that so-called video. Yep. So, anyways, I'm starting to see some new viewership or so, or what I meant to say is the viewership is starting to go up or so. But if there happens to be any new people, go on ahead and say your piece or so, because more or less, I am going to continue more with this live stream, and I really do hope that there's going to be some other comments and whatnot. Yep. So pretty much I've already said my points across though, but I am going to continue more with this live stream. But I can at least try to see if some people want to have a chance to join, but if they don't want to have a chance to join, that's entirely up to them, of course. Okay, so let me go on ahead and actually just take a look at this for myself just to make sure there's any updates or so. Okay, let me take a look. And unfortunately, there's not really any like new updates or so, but if there is going to be some other people, then it's up to them if they want to have a chance to join. Yep. But I can at least try to let some other people know if they really want to have a chance to join. But at this point, I just, can't really say anything too much or so. Okay. So let me go on ahead and actually try to take care of some things. Okay, let me go on ahead and try this trick out really quick. Okay, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, let me see what Sonia is saying or what I believe she's going to be saying right here, right now. I can't wait for my boyfriend to work out in the gym. I actually have to agree where you are actually coming from as of right now, Sonia. I mean, all I can really say is that is clearly up to your boyfriend if he wants to have a chance to, work out and stuff. I don't know, but at this point, it's clearly up to him. But the one thing that I am going to say though, as of right now, Sonia, is I do have a quick question for you. Do you actually do enjoy like your boyfriend actually working out at the gym or so? But I don't even know. But I'm just, a bit curious, you could say. But if your boyfriend happens to work out at the gym, and I guess you could say to an extent like frequently, then that's clearly up to him on what he actually wants to be doing or so. I don't know, but I am gonna go on ahead and see if I can actually try to wait for your response on it. So that way I'll be able to take a look just to make sure what you actually do like or so. I mean, all I can really say as of right now is if you actually do enjoy your boyfriend actually, working out and hitting the gym, then I guess you could say kudos to you. But the way I see it right now, I don't think that many people actually use that word anymore. But I don't know. The word kudos. I think that's like another way of saying like thanks or something like that. But I'm not gonna really say too much into that or so because I want to focus more on this live stream. Yep. Okay. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some more comments or so because I want to make sure that people are actually are gonna be saying their piece about all of this. Okay. So let me go on ahead and actually just take a quick look at this. Okay. Let me go on ahead and take a look at my live chat. Okay. So the one thing that I want to say as of right now, Sonia, is this. That is actually good to hear that I never thought that you would actually have a chance to actually, enjoy the fact that you actually, really like the fact that you like to have your boyfriend work out at the gym, especially, when he likes to work out his body. Yep. But the way I see it though, as of right now, Sonia, okay, there is actually one thing that I do want to say though, as of right now, is do you actually do work out yourself or so? I mean, I'm just, be curious about that as well or so. But the point that I'm trying to make though as of right now, Sonia, is if your boyfriend works out, then enjoys working out, then I'm not quite sure if you enjoy working out. But I'm just saying this for content purposes. If both of you happen to just, enjoy the fact that both of you work out with each other, I mean, yes. What if the both of you actually go to like a gym like together? Like if both of you have the chance to meet with each other in person or so. I'm not sure. I mean, who knows, Sonia? It's up to you if you want to let me know if you actually do happen to work out. But if that were to be the case, then it's up to you if you and your boyfriend want to have a chance to work out, meet at a local gym sometime in person or so. And I really do hope that both of you will have the chance to be meeting with each other in person or so. Yep. But I'm pretty sure that you will give us an update about that, you and your boyfriend or so, sometime in the future. I mean, it could be either, this year or possibility next year or so. But all we can really do right now is just wait and see if that, will happen or so. But I am going to go on ahead and see if there's going to be some more comments or so because I just really enjoy the fact that you people are actually here in my live chat. And pretty much that's the one thing I want to say. Okay. Let me see what Sonia is saying or what I believe she's going to be saying right here, right now. Yes, I work out sometimes. Oh, okay. So the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, Sonia, is that is actually just, good to hear that you actually, do work out sometimes. But I'm not quite sure if you like to do it on a daily basis. But if you just do it sometimes, then that's your own personal choice what you actually want to do at the end of the day, Sonia. If you actually just want to just work out, whether it's like certain days or on a daily basis, that is clearly up to you on what you actually want to do at the end of the day, Sonia. Yep. But is there anything that you want to say to me, Sonia? Because so far, I mean, I do see that some people are actually tuning in for my live stream though, but unfortunately, I don't really see a lot of comments or so. But to the people that are just watching this, if there's anything that you want to say, go on ahead and say it though, because I've I've already more or less react to the video or so, and I'm not quite sure if I have anything else that I want to say though. Yep. But more or less, I just react to the video. It was more or less just a good video or so, and it's such a shame that it happened to TD Venom. But it's like this. It's one thing to not like TD Venom, but it's another thing if, certain people try to, false flag him. And he don't even deserve that whatsoever because the way I see it right now is 9 times out of 10, he is just focusing on his music. And I don't understand why certain people cannot, understand that, or better yet, comprehend that. It's like he just wants to focus on his music though. It's like, what's so hard about that to understand? But at the same time, I don't understand why certain people just have to be like this, you know. I just really don't understand it. Like I honestly don't. But anyways, is there gonna be like any new comments or so? Because I want to make sure if I can, you know, have a chance to be interacting with some of you people or so. I mean, I do believe that there's like people like Sonny in the live chat, but I want to make sure there's gonna be some other people that are gonna be tuning in for this live stream or so. I mean, I do appreciate that, you know, some of the people were here, but I want to make sure there's gonna be some other people or so. So that way they're, you know, they are able to actually interact in the live chat. Yep. But more or less, I've already said what I need to say when it comes to about this whole topic about all of this or so. But more or less, I've already, you know, all I can really say is I've already, you know, reacted to the video, and I want to make sure if I can actually see if there's going to be some more comments or so. But to the people in the live chat, I really do hope that you people are actually just enjoying this so-called live stream or so. But the way I see it right now is that video that I just reacted to, it was like more or less just, you know, intense, you know, not too little or not too much either, but it was just, you know, balanced. Yes, it was just balanced, you could say. Yep. And that's just the way I like it. I like videos to a certain extent that can be balanced. Yep. But anyways, one thing that I want to say though is right now is I really do hope that you people more or less just enjoy this live stream and yeah. But I think that certain people could be busy or so. I want to have a chance to make sure some people can actually have a chance to join, but you know, if certain people are just busy with their personal lives, then I can't really say too much into that or so. Yep. But more or less, I've already said my points across, and I really do hope that you know there's going to be some other people that will happen to you know say their piece or so. Yep. But more or less, I've already reacted to the video just now, and yes, what I meant to say is I just reacted to the video just now, and I really do hope that you people will be able to you know have a chance to be looking forward for that video some more. So. I mean, I've already like reacted to all of it or so, but the point that I'm trying to be making or so is if you people want to have a chance to look at that video, I guess you could say again, then go on ahead and go to TD Venom's YouTube channel. Yes, his channel on YouTube, and then most likely you'll be able to look at that video or so. Because everything he said in that video, in my own eyes, was factual or is factual. Yep. But it's really unexpected. I just never thought that they would, you know, they would do this to him. And I would say it's extremely messed up that they would just, you know, they would do this to him. Like, it's really unexpected. Yep. So anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some more comments or so. I mean, this is the one thing I want to say though, as of right now, is when it comes to like viewership. I mean, I did appreciate that some people were here though, but I just want to make sure there's gonna be some other people that are gonna be willing to be saying their piece or so. Yep. So anyways, let me go on ahead and just make sure if there's gonna be some other people that are gonna be, you know, be willing to be saying their piece about this. Yep. But anyways, one thing that I am gonna say though as of right now is I'm not quite sure if there's gonna be some other people that are gonna be having a chance to make an appearance or so, but that's up to the people in the live chat if they want to have a chance to say their piece, of course. Yep. So, anyways, I really do hope that you people really did enjoy this live stream so far. But more or less, I am gonna go on ahead and try to continue more with this live stream because I just enjoy every last one of you actually, you know, been tuning in for this live stream and so far just enjoying the video, of course. Yep. But if there are some people that happen to like miss it though, I mean, I'm not quite sure about if I want to have a chance to, you know, play it all over again. But I think most likely you people would just have to go on ahead and go to TD Venom's channel on YouTube and just look at it yourself. Yep, go to his, you know, YouTube channel and actually just take a look at it. Yes, take a look at it yourself. Yep. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some more comments or so because I want to make sure that you people are just, really just enjoying this live stream so far. Yep. But let me go on ahead and just take a look just to make sure that there's gonna be some other comments or so. I mean, like I said, I do appreciate the viewership though, but I want to make sure that there's gonna be some other people that are gonna be engaging in the live chat. What I mean by that is just, go on ahead and just, say your actual piece about this. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just take a quick look just to make sure if there really is going to be some more people or some more comments or so, because I just want to make sure if, people are just, overall just enjoy this live stream or so. Yep. But if there happens to be some new people in the live chat, then go on ahead and just say your piece though. And then if there happens to be some new people, then more or less I'm going to go on ahead and just take a look at those comments or so. Yep. But anyways, let me go on ahead and just take a look just to make sure if there really is going to be some more comments or so, because I do plan on, trying to keep this live stream going for a bit, and I want to make sure that you people can actually just understand where I'm actually coming from. Yep. So, anyways, all I can really say as of right now is to the people that's been tuning in for the so-called live stream so far, I just, appreciate every last one of you or so, and I just, greatly appreciate it. Yep. But I am going to go on ahead and just make sure if there's going to be some other, how do I say this? Okay. All I can really say as of right now is I'm going to go on ahead and just make sure if there's going to be some other topics for, to talk about. Yep. Because the way I see it right now is I just greatly appreciate every last one of you just, been tuning in. And that's the one thing that I want to say though. Yep. So to the people in the live chat, I appreciate the viewership, but if there happens to be some new comments, go on ahead and just say your piece, and then most likely I'll be able to take a look at it. Okay, so I do believe that we have just reached the 1 hour and 30-minute mark. So I'm gonna go on ahead and try to keep this live stream for another hour. And after that, I'm gonna be ending this live stream around the 2 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, all I can really say right now to the people in the live chat, you people have, plenty of time before if I were to, call this a stream, you could say. So that's the one thing that I want to say though as of right now. So anyways, let's go on ahead and see if we could try to keep this live stream going like for a bit longer or so, because like I said, you people have like plenty of time or so before if I were to, finish things here. So to the people in the live chat, go on ahead and just say your piece or so, because I am going to be wrapping up this live stream, and I will be able to call this a stream. So yeah. So the way I see it right now is we could try to continue more with this topic or so, or I guess we could just talk about something else or so. But the way I see it right now is I've already said what I had to say when it comes to this whole situation of what TD Venom is actually going through. And I really do hope that he'll be able to, keep his YouTube channel protected. Yep. But it's like what I said earlier. It's one thing not to like him or so, but you know, attempting to false flag his channel is just not gonna make things better. It just isn't. And the way I see it right now is Cheaty Venom has his full legal right to actually be on YouTube and actually, make music and stuff like that. It's like that's all he wants to focus is his music. And I honestly cannot wait to be hearing more of his music sometime in the future or so. So that's the one thing that I do want to say though, as of right now. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some more comments or so, because the way I see it right now is I'm just, overall just, enjoying this live stream, and I want to make sure if there's gonna be some other comments or so. Yep. So the way I see it right now is I just greatly appreciate every last one of you actually, been tuning in. Yes, been tuning into this live stream, and I just greatly appreciate that you people have been tuning in. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other comments or so, because I want to make sure people can actually, get the points across and whatnot. Okay, so anyways, other than that, let me go on ahead and just take a look just to make sure there really is going to be some comments. Okay, so I do believe that there should be one comment or so. Let me go on ahead and just take a look at this really quick. Okay, so it should be from J Dog. Okay, let me see what he is going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. I'm at the gym right now. Oh, okay. So the one thing that I want to say as of right now, J Dog, is that's actually good to hear that you are actually at a gym right now. I guess more or less just a local gym. But the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, Jay, is I really do hope that you are just, enjoying, working out and stuff like that. And, I do believe that we've actually had conversations that, you do like to work out and stuff like that. And I think that there are also some other times that you actually do like to take pictures of you working out and stuff like that. But I don't know. But J Dog, since you were actually here in the live chat, if you want to explain more or less, your so-called workout routine, then you are more than welcome to actually do that in the live chat or so. I mean, there's not that much people that are actually, in the live chat or so. I mean, I do appreciate the viewership, but the point that I'm trying to be making or so is if you want to talk about your so-called workout routine, then you are more than welcome to actually do that if you actually want to have a chance to be doing that. I don't know. But, clearly that's up to you, J Dog, if you want to just, talk about your so-called workout routine. Yep. But I don't know. If you just want to just continue to be working out, like if you just wanted to just do that, just continue to work out, then by all means, J Dog, just go on ahead and just do that. Yep. But I do believe that there's some people in the live chat that they just do want to just work out and stuff like that. But here's one thing that would be fantastic. Like, can you imagine if myself and the people in the live chat can actually have a chance to meet with each other in person and actually just, have a quick workout routine and stuff like that? I don't even know. But let me go on ahead and see what Rage Master is saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. We need to work out because I'll want to get fit and healthy and become independent. Okay. So the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, Rage Master, is I have to agree where you're actually coming from when it comes to the so-called working out and stuff like that, because working out is actually important, especially when it comes to our bodies and stuff like that, especially when it comes to you know the movements and stuff like that. But Rage Master, since you were actually here in the live chat, if you actually want to talk about workout routines and stuff like that, then I'd be up for it. But Rage Master, one thing that I want to say though as of right now is I'm not quite sure if you actually work out and stuff like that. But Rage Master, if you want to actually yeah, if you actually want to say about the so-called workout routines, then you're more than welcome to do so. But my quick question to you is, do you actually do workout? But if you do, just say your piece in live chat, and then you and I can actually, talk from there. Yep. But let me go on ahead and see if you actually do work out, Rage Master. But just say a response in live chat, and if you happen to work out, then just let me know or so. I don't know. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if you can actually, say your piece in the live chat, Rage Master. But it's clear. Yes, it is clearly up to you. Yep, clear as day. But let me go on ahead and see if you are gonna be accessing your piece in the live chat, Rage Master. Okay, so go on ahead and just take your time, and then more or less, I am gonna go on ahead and just take a look for myself. Okay, so give me 1 second. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see what Rage Master is saying, or what he is going to be saying right here, right now. Yes, I do. I do work out. Oh, okay. So one thing that I want to say as of right now, Rage Master, is that is actually just good to hear that I never thought that you would actually, work out yourself or so. But one thing that I do want to say though, as of right now, Rage Master, is this is just, quite a surprise that you would actually, be doing that, of you, working out and stuff like that. But, it's entirely up to you on what type of workout do you want to do. Yep. But Rage Master, if you actually want to talk about, working out exercise routine and stuff like that, then just say your piece in live chat because I'm actually up for it. And Rage Master, not to mention, it would be also be cool if if you and me and to some people in the live chat, if we can actually just work out like together or so. That would just be amazing, especially to me and to you people in the live chat. Yep. But I guess we should just switch the topic for a bit. So I guess if some people want to have a chance to talk about workout routines, then by all means, I am all ears. Just say your piece in live chat, and then more or less, I guess we can go on ahead and just talk about it or so. Okay, so one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is when it comes to like working out in general, you could say at one point that I'm not gonna say like too much into details or so, but you could say that I actually took like a college class of me like working out. Yes, I actually did work out, but I'm not quite sure if I should say what the name of the class is or so. I mean, I guess I could say like what it is or so, but I'm not gonna say like the full details or so. That's the one thing that I'm not gonna be doing or so. Yep. But you could say that, well, around like, the college class that I took or so, you could say that we don't call it like PE or whatever. We just call it kinesiology. And I guess you could say that we did some, some weight training for beginners or so. So yeah. So you could say to an extent that I actually did some, weight training or so, but it's for beginners. Yep. And I believe there's like some other levels like intermediate or advanced or so, but it's always good to start at, beginner, you know? If I'm gonna be honest with you people in the live chat, I'm not like a full on expert when it comes to like, working out and stuff like that. But for me personally, I'm just, a beginner, if that makes any sense to you people. So that's one thing that I want to, clarify if anything. By the way, one thing that I want to say as of right now, Rage Master, is I'm not quite sure if you are still in the live chat though, but I want to make sure if you actually did enjoy that video, the one that I just reacted to, when it comes to, that video that I recently just reacted to, which is, Cheaty Venom's recent video or so. I'm not quite sure if it's like, new or so, but more or less it did came out like last week or so. But I want to make sure if you actually did enjoy the video or so, because everything he said in that video was actually, factual or so. Yep. The way I see it right now, Rage Master, it was actually factual, and I actually did enjoy that video that he actually did. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if you're gonna be saying your piece about this. Because the way I see it right now is Cheaty Venom, he just tells it how it is, especially when it's, yes, especially when it comes to, making his own music. Okay, let me see what Rage Master is saying or what he is going to be saying right here, right now. Oh, yeah, I feel bad for Cheaty Venom. I actually have to agree where you are actually coming from as of right now, Rage Master, because the way I see it the way I see it as of right now is he actually put hard work and dedication into his so-called channel on YouTube, and not to mention what I'm actually witnessing as of right now, he is actually, growing his channel, and he and is actually, evolving to an extent. So the way I see it right now is if you actually take a look at it at his channel, like for yourself on YouTube, you can actually see that his channel is actually, growing. And I really do hope that, it's gonna be continue to grow. Because what can I say? He actually just puts hard work and dedication into his actual channel and stuff like that. And I honestly cannot be waiting to be, listening to his music. And not to mention, I'm not quite sure if he's gonna continue to be making videos. I'm pretty sure he will, but that's up to him or so. And not to mention, I guess to an extent that he can make like live streams and whatnot, but that's up to him or so. But the way I see it right now is I do my best just to make sure if I could try to come into his live stream and make sure that he actually does have like a good time and stuff like that. Yep. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if I can get to some. Okay, I don't know why I accidentally muted myself, but my bad. But anyways, as I was saying though, is to some of the people in the live chat, I really do hope that people are just, enjoying this live stream or so. But anyways, I want to get back to, TD Venom again, I guess. So anyways, one thing that I want to say though as of right now is I really do hope that, he'll be able to continue to making content or so, which I will be looking forward to. But the point that I'm trying to be making or so is that's up to him if he wants to be making either, videos or streams and whatnot. But if he happens to do that, then most likely I'll be able to check it out, especially his streams and stuff like that. Because it's like this. Whenever I actually check out T Venom streams, he actually does express himself, and the people, that are in his own live chat, he actually does interact with them. Yep. And you could say to an extent, myself included. Yep. So, anyways, I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other comments or so because I want to make sure if I can try to stay on topic. Okay, so the one thing that I do want to say though, as of right now, to the people in the live chat, is I really do hope that people can actually understand where I'm actually coming from when it comes to TD Venom actually doing his own thing, making his music and stuff like that. And I honestly cannot be wait to be listening to more of his music or so. But I'm not quite sure when he'll be able to do that or so. But I'm pretty sure that he'll be able to release some more music either soon. I'm not quite sure though, but that's clearly up to him though. Yep. But I pretty much said what I need to say, my piece about, TD Venom and whatnot, and I really do hope that he'll be able to fix more, you know, his channel and whatnot. I really do hope that he'll be able to fix the channel and keep it well protected. Yep. Because it's like for the most part, we are just enjoying his music or so. I mean, yes, there is some people that may not like him or so, but that's up to them or so. Yep. So any new comments or so. But the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is, and I'm only gonna be saying this right now for context purposes though, like people like Kadeem the King just need to know when to just back off and just leave Cheaty Venom alone. Not only that, but myself and to the people in the live chat, because for the most part, we are trying to move on from Kadeem the King. But the problem is he doesn't want to move on from any of us. And that's like the main problem or so. And I believe at one point he admitted it that he actually does false flag other people's, channels, which doesn't really surprise me. And not only that, but also their videos and whatnot. And it's like, what does Kadeem? Yes, and it's like, what does Kadeem expect? It's like he's gonna have people that are gonna be calling out and exposing his actions. And if Kadeem doesn't like that, well, this is the one thing that I gotta say to him: tough shit. Yep. I'm gonna say it how it is. Yep. But anyways, all I can really say is right now is I'm not gonna really say too much about Kadeem the King though, because the way I see it right now, he is just a laughing stock. He just doesn't know when to keep that mouth shut of his, and for the most part, we are just literally trying to move on, do our own thing or so. But then here comes Kadeem, attempting to false flag other people's channels, videos, and whatnot, all because we are defending ourselves and calling out and exposing his actions. Like that's literally what we're doing or so. But it's like this: if people happen to make responses to Kadeem, then he just goes around play the victim, and then yeah, he just wants to do this bullshit. Yep. But the way I see it right now is if Kadeem happens to, try to watch more of this live stream, then the way I see it right now is I can give two shits because, at this point, I am living rent free in this fucker's head. Like I really am doing that. And the way I see it right now is what is Kadeem gonna be doing at the end of the day? Oh, that's right. He's not gonna do one single goddamn thing to me or the community that I'm in right now. because the way I see it right now is I am not going to tolerate this type of behavior that Kadeem is doing, and it's not allowed in my community, of course. Like, nope, it's not gonna happen. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other people that will happen to be tuning in more for this live stream or so, especially with the comments or so. But yeah, the way I see it right now is, yeah, going back to Kadeem, it's like I've already said my piece about that guy. It's like, well, the way I see it right now is I have made some like responses in the past or so of, of me defending myself and to some other people or so, and one of them being TD Venom, of course. But if TD Venom ever needs like protection, especially from Kadeem the King, then I'm here for him. Yep. But the way I see it right now, it's just so laughable that people are making responses to Kadeem, and and not to mention they are making like memes of that guy. Because what can I say? It's like he is just a laughing stock. Like that's the best way I can describe Kadeem as. Like nobody can actually take the so-called, nobody can actually take him all that seriously. Yes, the so-called scamming princess. That is that is what he's known for. And the way I see it right now, it is just completely laughable that he is just doing this shit to himself. Like it is really just, laughable as of right now. Yep. But the way I see it right now is I don't think it's not, making any response or so. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong or so. It's like he could do it, but I think he should know what the consequences are if he happens to do that. It's like he's gonna have like, from what I've been hearing, he might have like a lot of trolls in his live chat. Yes, trolls though, because nobody cannot stand Kadeem. And those trolls, he has nobody to blame but himself. Yep. So that is how I actually look at things. Yep. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other comments or so. Let me go on ahead and just, take a look really quick. Yep. But anyways, back what I was gonna say though as of right now is, yeah, I've already set my points across when it comes to like this whole topic, especially about Kadeem and stuff, and stuff like that. But one thing that I am going to say though, as of right now, is, and this is going to be important, if Kadeem happens to watch this live stream and if he happens to make a response, then the way I see it right now is go on ahead, but just expect trolls to be in your live chat, and not only that or so, but he did that shit to himself because he doesn't know when to stop causing drama, stop starting shit with people, and at this point, we just had enough. Like we honestly do. But thankfully, for the most part, we are just moving on from him anyway. So thankfully, we're just doing that or so. Yep. But the one thing that I am going to say though, as of right now, is I want to see if I can try to get back on topic when it comes to all of this or so. So that video that T Venom did, I never thought that he would actually call out certain individuals, but thankfully, Kadeem the King actually being one of them. Yep. So that's the one thing that, I have witnessed for myself or so. So the way I see it right now is when it comes to, that video, like I said, everything that TD Venom said in that video was actually, was pretty much factual. But not only that though, but one thing that I do appreciate from him is when he called out, especially Kadeem the King. There were some other individuals, but the one that I actually enjoyed the most, in my own personal opinion, is actually when he actually called out and exposed Kadeem the King. So this is from what I've been witnessing. It's like I just find that ironic that Kadeem wants to claim that he actually made those two YouTube shorts on his so-called channel and whatnot. But it's like this. He don't even, own those so-called shorts whatsoever. It's like someone, did it already, but he wants to claim that he made it or so. It's like, no, he didn't. And not only that though, but from what I'm also witnessing is certain people are actually just calling out and exposing his bullshit because he is not original whatsoever. Like he is just a content thief, which is something that I am not going to tolerate in this community whatsoever. Like, not on my watch whatsoever. Yep. Like anything Kadeem does, it's like we're going to be here to call out and expose his so-called bullshit. And if you don't like that, well, guess what? That is his problem, not any of our problems whatsoever. Yep. Because the way I see it right now is this community is like we just call out the hypocrisy. Like that's all we're just doing or so. Yep. And I'm pretty sure that you people can actually agree with me in the live chat or so. Yep. I mean, I do appreciate the viewership though, but it's everything that I'm saying though as of right now is pretty much, true, especially with that so-called video or so that, TD Venom actually made. And yeah, especially if it's, yes, you guessed it, the one and only Kadeem the King. But the way I see it though as of right now is at this point, if I'm gonna be like honest with a lot of you, especially in the live chat though, he should just take that, the word king out of his fucking name because he don't actually deserve that title whatsoever. Because if he was the king, then why doesn't he keep his original content up? It's like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like it just doesn't make any sense. But it's like this. So it's perfectly fine for Kadeem to be, stealing other people's content, but when someone does it to his content, then he plays the victim. Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Well, the one thing I gotta say about that is, well, guess what? This is the one thing I gotta say. Don't steal other people's content so that way people don't call you out for your so-called bullshit and expose you for that, Kadeem. Yep. But I think eventually he might, watch his live stream, which I will not be surprised. But if he happens to have a chance to do that, then it's honestly just extremely laughable at this point. I mean, what can I say? It's like he's a retard. He is a clown, but mostly, in my eyes, he is literally a low cow. That's exactly what he is. But let's also not forget the fact that I guess you could say to an extent that in my eyes he is a scammer, and that's exactly what he is, and that is what he's going to be remembered as. Yep. So I think most likely I'm gonna say like what I have to say about Kadeem, and then I think most likely I might consider talking about something else or so. But to the people in the live chat, I really do hope that you people are just are understanding where I'm actually coming from, especially when it comes to this type of topic that I'm actually talking about. So yeah. So I pretty much said what I had to say, and I want to make sure that you people are just overall just enjoying this live stream or so. But anyways, one thing that I want to say though is right now is yeah, I pretty much already said what I had to say about, Kadeem the King. It's like, it's laughable. And if he happens to make a response, about this, then I will not be surprised. But let's be honest about this as of right now to the people that's actually been tuning in for my live stream. So, one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is the difference between me and Kadeem is when people watch my live streams, they actually stay and watch. And when Kadeem does his live streams, people are like, who the fuck is this idiot? Like that's what I see. Because the way I see it right now is like I feel like 9 times out of 10, nobody is tuning in for Kadeem's so-called garbage ass live streams or so because nobody can barely it's like this, nobody can barely understand what he is actually saying or so. Like that is honestly just quite sad. Because 50% of the time you can barely understand what he's actually saying. And not to mention, he also has a habit of mumbling his words. It's like, dude, speak proper English because I can barely understand one word that you are actually saying. Like nobody can understand what this, locale is actually saying. That is honestly just quite sad. It really is quite sad. Yep. But anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other comments or so. And I don't think there's not really that much comments or so. But one thing that I am going to say though, as of right now, is what I'm actually saying as of right now is pretty much factual. And he can go on ahead and make his so-called response about this, which I think most likely I can give two fucks about it. Yeah. So that is the one thing that I do want to say though, as of right now, because it's just completely laughable. And from what I've been hearing as of recently, he wants to go around and, cause drama, start shit with one of my homies, Black Sheep of the Rule 98 or so. But I think as of recently, I think Black Sheep made a community post of him, calling out and exposing Kadeem the King. Which, if that's the case, then I just have to give him, yes, I have to give major props to my homie Black Sheep for that. Yep. But anyways, let me go on ahead and see what Rage Master is going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. He needs to fix his grammar. I actually have to agree where you're actually coming from as of right now, Rage Master. But knowing Kadeem the King, he's not going to be doing that. Like, he's not going to have a chance to fix his grammar or so, because it's like I can barely understand what he's actually saying or so, because the way I see it right now is he doesn't speak proper English. Yep. And the way that Kadeem speaks is just completely laughable, because anything that he says is just, he's a laughing stock. Nobody can take him all that seriously. You know, not myself, not to the people in the live chat, and especially this community, of course. But I will say this as of right now, Rage Master. I will not be surprised if he's actually going to be, trying to, cause drama or start shit. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if he were to be, like, let's say in my live chat or so. Yep. But I will say this though, as of right now, is even if Kadeem were to happen to do that, people are gonna have a chance to, roast his sorry ass. Why? Because certain people, they cannot stand him whatsoever. And I do not blame them whatsoever. Like, I honestly just don't. Yep. But one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is anything that Kadeem does is just, laughable. Like, it really is just flat out laughable of what he's actually doing. Yep. But I am gonna go on ahead and see if I can actually see if I want to see if there's actually going to be some more comments or so. So let me go on ahead and actually, take a look at this for myself, because I want to make sure if, people are actually, saying their piece or so. And I really do hope that you people in the live chat have been, enjoying this live stream for the most part anyway, because I know for a fact that I have been enjoying this live stream so far. Okay, so I do believe that we have just reached the 2-hour mark. So I'm gonna go on ahead and try to keep this live stream for another 30 more minutes. And after that, I'm gonna be ending this live stream around the 2-hour and 30-minute mark. Okay, so to the people in the live chat, you people have like plenty of time before if I were to, call this a quote unquote live stream or so. So, anyways, you people have like plenty of time for actually, to be saying your piece before if I were to, wrap things up here. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just take a look just to make sure if there's gonna be some other comments or so, because I want to make sure people are actually, tuning in for this live stream some more. Okay. Anyways, any more comments or so, because I pretty much already said what I needed to say or so. But I want to make sure if people are actually, are able to say whatever that they want to say. Okay, so I guess like one last thing or one final thing that I might say about Kadeem is he needs to know when to, he needs to know when to shut the fuck up, because, like I said, we are just moving on and we are just living rent free in this fucker's head. Like, we honestly are. But not only that or so, but I think some other people are trying to roast him as well or so. Like, and I get that some people are trying to call him a scammy princess though, but I'm seeing some other people that are trying to call him a quote unquote, I guess you could say, an ebonic scammer or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not even sure. But I think at one point TD Venom called him like a quote unquote ebonic gangster or gangsta, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But the way I see it right now, it's like, I don't know. But the way I see it is, I don't blame TD Venom for actually calling him that or so. I mean, what can I say? It's like almost anybody can actually roast Kadeem the King, and his so-called, yes, his so-called disses or whatever. The way I see it right now is nothing but fifth grade insults at best. And even TD Venom would say, yes, even he would say the exact same thing. Yep, I'm pretty sure that TD Venom would actually agree with me on that. So all I can really say as of right now is I've already said what I need to say about Kadeem or so. So I guess like the one thing that I want to say about him is if he happens to make a response, yes. If he happens to make a response, especially to me, and I'm actually referring to Kadeem about this, like if he happens to make a response to me, then guess what? I can give like two shits about it, or better yet, two fucks about it, because I'm just living rent free in your fucking head, like for real. So that's the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now. Like he's a fucking moron. But anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other topics that I can actually talk about or so. So yeah. Anyways, I think more or less I've already pretty much already said what I need to say when it comes to, pretty much this whole topic or so. So if there's any topics that you people want me to have a chance to talk about, then go on ahead and say it or so, because more or less I want to make sure that you people actually, enjoy more of this live stream or so. And I want to make sure if I can actually, say what I need to say before if I were to, call this a stream or so. Because I pretty much just enjoyed the stream for the majority of it. Yep. Anyways, all I can really say as of right now is if there's any topics that you people actually do want me to talk about, then go on ahead and just say it or so, because I am gonna go on ahead and just, finish things here, and then more or less I'm gonna go on ahead and just, call this a stream or so. Yep. So that's the one thing that I am gonna be saying though as of right now. So I really do hope that you people have been, tuning in for this live stream for the most part anyway or so. But I would have appreciated if, some more people would have had the chance to came or so. But to be honest, I can't really, force people to be in my live chat or so, especially to, you know, the members of this community, you could say to an extent, but yeah, I don't even know. But all I can really say as of right now is it's up to the people themselves if they want to have a chance to, say their piece or so. But all I can really say right now is I've already said what I need to say, especially if it's in regards to the video that I just reacted or so. So yeah. But I think at this point I may consider, trying to check out some more videos that I can react to or so, but we'll see. But I actually just do like doing these types of, live streams for you people. I guess you could say that I would just consider this a reaction stream. Yep. So I'm not quite sure when I'll be doing like another like reaction stream or so, but I really do hope that you people will happen to be tuning in for that or so. I'm not quite sure, but I get for the most part, you people are gonna have to be just tuning in for that or so. Yep. But to the people in the live chat, I really do hope that you people have been enjoying this live stream, especially with the so-called reaction. Yes, the so-called reaction stream that I just recently did. So I think from now on, I think I'm gonna consider these types of live streams reaction streams. Yep, because I want to have more topic variety when it comes to like my live streams and whatnot. And by the way, if you people have any like new ideas that you want me to do, then go on ahead and just let me know, and I will do my very best just to make sure if I can do those type of live streams for you people to be enjoying. Yep, because I will do whatever I can to make sure if I can, continue more with these so-called live streams, because I want to make sure that people actually, have a chance to just, enjoy some more live streams for me to make for you people to be enjoying. Yep. So, anyways, is there anything like new comments that you people want me to address or so? If so, go on ahead and just say your piece or so, because I want to make sure that you people are actually just, enjoying this live stream. Yep. But I want to make sure if I can actually try to finish things here, because in a little while I am going to go on ahead and just, take care of business with this live stream or so. What I meant to say is I am going to go on ahead and just, finish things here with this live stream. And then most likely I'm going to go on ahead and just, end this in a bit. Well, not right now though, but I want to make sure if there's going to be some other people that will have the chance to actually, say their piece. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so I am gonna go on ahead and see if there is, you could say to an extent, like if there's some comments in live chat or maybe something else. let me go on ahead and just take a look at this for myself. Okay, so I just got like a so-called DM like on Facebook Messenger, but most likely I'm not gonna take a look at that as of right now because I want to focus more on this live stream. So I'm not gonna worry too much about that or so because I just want to focus more with you people that's actually in the live chat or so. Yep. But if there is gonna be some new people or so, or if there is gonna be some, actual people in the live chat, go on ahead and just say your piece or so because in a little while, I am going to go on ahead and actually, finish things here. Yep. So the way I see it though, as of right now, is I'm not quite sure what else to talk about as of right now because the way I see it though is I just really enjoy the fact that you people have actually, have been tuning in for this. So that is the one thing that I do want to say though as of right now. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there's gonna be something else really quick in the live chat. Okay, so let me just double check really quick, or what I meant to say is check. Yes, I am gonna check, and I'm also gonna double check just to make sure if there's gonna be some comments or so. Okay, so far I'm not really seeing anything all that new or so, but I think people have already said what they needed to say, especially in regards to about this topic or so. But what I am gonna say though, as of right now, is I'm gonna go on ahead and see if I could try to check out some more topics to talk about or so because I just really enjoy the fact that you people are just here in my live chat, and I want to make sure that you people are just overall just enjoying what I have to say though. Yep. But the one thing that I am gonna say though, as of right now, is I really do hope that you people are just really just enjoying this live stream, and thankfully I was able to react to that one video that I just did just now. So let me go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other topics or so because I want to make sure if this is actually gonna be like the one or so. Okay, so let me just go on ahead and just check this out really quick. Okay, so far I'm not really seeing anything like new really quick in the live chat, but if there is going to be happen to be some people in the live chat, then go on ahead and just say your piece, and then most likely I'm going to go on ahead and just check it out for myself, and then I just have to go on ahead and just wrap this so-called live stream up in a bit. Yep. But the one thing that I want to say though is this has actually have been like a pretty good live stream so far, and I just greatly appreciate that. I was seeing some people in the live chat, and that's the one thing that I do want to say though, as of right now. I mean, it would have been cool if there was like some more and more people or so, but if certain people have just happen to be busy with their personal lives, then I can't really say anything too much about that or so. But I really do hope that you people have been, overall just have been just enjoying this live stream for the majority part anyway or so. Because for me personally, I know that I have. Okay, so one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is if there really is going to be some other topics for me to talk about, then go on ahead and say it or so, because I am going to go on ahead and just, finish things here. And then, yeah, most likely is going to be, I will call it just, a stream or so. Yep. But the one thing that I want to say though is I do hope that I did get the majority of you people's comments or so. But if I happen to miss some, then I just apologize about that. But I just wanted to just get this out of the way or so me reacting to the video that I just did or so. Because for me personally, I wanted to make sure if I can just react to it, give my honest thoughts about it, and thankfully I've already did or so. And all I can really say as of right now is the video that I just reacted to, it was actually a pretty damn good video or so. But I'm hoping that this community, and I'm referring to the members themselves, that they happen if they're gonna happen to watch more of this so-called live stream or so, but whenever they get the chance or so. I mean, it would have been cool if the so-called members were here, but I can't really speak for them or so because that is clearly up to them, of course. But I just really, at this point, I just can't be speaking for them because they are their own person or people, whatever you want to call it. People or person. At this point, I don't even know. Okay, so one thing that I am going to say though, as of right now, is I do hope this is the one thing that I am going to be hoping or so. So one thing that I am going to be hoping for is going to be this, and I am going to be saying yes, I am going to be saying about it right here, right now. Yes, I will say about it. Okay, so one thing that I want to say though is I do hope, like for future live streams, I am hoping that the members in this community will happen to make an appearance in the live chat or so. But like I said, I can't really speak for them or so. But one thing that I am going to be saying though is that is up to them. But one thing that I do also want to point out is this is the one thing that I guess you could say that I want to be addressing or so. Okay, so one thing that I do want to say though is I think that some of the members in this community are actually trying to be in other like social media platforms, and if that were to be the case, then that's actually a good thing or so. Like if they actually want to be on like different social media platforms, then that's clearly up to them, of course. Yep. But if that were to be the case, then they are always welcome to talk to me in like other social media platforms and whatnot. Yep. But all I can really say as of right now is that's up to the members in this community if they want to have a chance to do that. But if they actually do make that choice, then I really do hope sooner rather than later, I will have a chance to be able to speak with them or so. I'm not quite sure, when that will happen or so. But one thing that I am going to say though is yes, if that day happens, I want to make sure that I can actually interact with the members in this community because I want to make sure it does happen. Yep. So, anyways, I do believe it's about time for me to actually, wrap things up here, or better yet, or trying to call this a stream. Not right now though, in a bit or so, because I want to make sure if I can actually, finish things here. Yep. Okay, so to the people in the live chat, if you people are actually still here, all I can really say as of right now is this should be the so-called quote unquote time limit because I'm gonna go on ahead and actually, try to, wrap things up here or so. Okay, so I guess the one thing that I want to say in regards to both T Venom and Kadeem the King is you know, I pretty much said what I need to say in regards to the both of them or so. Like the way I see it right now is TD Venom is better and Kadeem the King is the worst. So yeah. But one thing that I am gonna say though as of right now is I pretty much already said what I need to say in regards to the both of them. So thankfully I just reacted to the video that TD Venom actually did. But the way I see it right now, in my own eyes, it's quite unfortunate that if Kadeem the King actually attempted to false flag his content. But if that were to be the case, I will not be surprised, not even one bit or so. Nope, I will not be surprised, not even one bit or so. But the way I see it right now is I want to get to TD Venom about this or so. So if he happens to, I'm not gonna force him or so, but if he happens to watch this live stream or so, I really do hope that he was able to enjoy it or so, or if he is gonna enjoy it, and if he wants to react to this live stream that I'm doing, especially for him, he's more than welcome to actually do that. Because the way I see it right now is TD Venom is the GOAT, especially when it comes to, making music and stuff like that. And and if TD Venom ever needs help to, I guess you could say to an extent, upgrade his so-called live streams, I'd be happy to help him. Like I've got like zero problems actually, to actually help out TD Venom or so. But all I can really say as of right now is that's up to him or so. But it would be cool if I, ever get the chance to actually interact with them or so. But who knows? I am hoping that day will happen or so. Okay, so the one thing that I want to say about Kadeem the King is, he does make live streams, but similar to like mine to an extent or so. But the difference is though, it's like, I know, how to manage my own live streams, something that Kadeem doesn't know how to do whatsoever. And the difference between me and him is I actually have like actual people be in my live chat, something that he doesn't know how to do. And not only that though, but Kadeem also has a habit of letting trolls into his live chat. Like that's the difference between me and him or so. Because the way I see it right now is I know how to be careful when it comes to the people in the live chat, and I guess you could say to an extent when it comes to the people that are trying to join my so-called StreamYard panels or so. Because the way I see it as of right now is I know how to be cautious when it comes to my live streams. Yep. But anyways, I want to get back to TD Venom really quick. Okay, so the one thing that I want to say in regards to TD Venom or so is I really do hope. Okay, so what I was trying to say though is right now is I really do hope that he'll be able to check out and watch this live stream or so, and then and if he ever wants to have a chance to have a chit chat with me about like many things, he's more than welcome to actually do it because I actually do enjoy his content, like his videos, his streams, his music, everything about TD Venom. He is just the goat when it comes to like making like really good music. Actually, scratch that. It's actually great music. Because the way I see it though as of right now is he is just good at what he's actually doing. And that's the one thing that I actually have to give him, respect for. Yep. So that is something that Kadim the King is never going to be doing whatsoever. It's like he doesn't even know how to do shit. He doesn't know how to, fully edit his videos. He doesn't know how to make the streams better. Like he just doesn't know how to do anything whatsoever. And not only that, but from what I've been hearing, I think he's into like garbage as female rappers from what I've been hearing or so. It's like this. He likes Cardi B and Ice Spice. The way I see it right now is that is just ultra trash, especially Cardi B. Because the way I see it right now is I have seen her without makeup. She doesn't look, fantastic whatsoever. She is not a badass. She is just a complete, fraud. That's exactly what she is. And not only that, but she literally makes garbage ass, hip hop slash rap music or rap slash hip hop music, whatever you want to call it. Yep. But anyways, one thing that I'm gonna say though as of right now is okay, so I want to say this in regards to the both of them. So yeah, what I'm actually saying as of right now is TD Venom is actually way more better than Kadeem the King, especially when it comes to, making content wise. And that's the one thing that I want to give him respect for. Yep. So the way I see it though, as of right now, is yeah, he knows how to make content though. And I honestly cannot wait to be, checking out more of his content or so. Because I really do hope that, he'll be able to make some more music in the future. So because if that were to be the case, then most likely I'm gonna go on ahead and actually, check that out for myself. So that's one thing that I want to say. Yep. But one thing that I want to say though, in regards to the both of them, is I pretty much already said what I need to say in regards to both TD Venom and Kadeem the King or so. It's like, yes, I do get it that TD Venom is, a lot more better than Kadeem the King because at least TD Venom does have a talent and that is making music. And what does Kadeem the King do? That's right. He absolutely does literally nothing whatsoever. And the way I see it as of right now, that is honestly just quite sad that he doesn't know how to do anything. Like he just literally doesn't know how to do anything with his, life whatsoever. That is honestly just quite sad. Like the way I see it is he just doesn't know how to make good content whatsoever or so. Nope, he just doesn't know how to do it. But the one thing that I am going to say though, as of right now, is if there's going to be some more people that are going to call out and expose the bullshit, then go right on ahead. Yep. Because when it comes to Kadeem the King, is he needs to know when to keep that mouth shut. Yes, he needs to know when to shut his mouth, like for once in his life. But the one thing that I am going to say though, as of right now, is if he wants to keep doing this to himself, then that's his own problem. Because the way I see it is that is not my problem. That's not, anybody's problem, especially, the people in this community. Nope. But one thing that I'm going to say though, as of right now, is let's say this, for example, if he happens to watch this live stream and if he happens to respond to it, then, he'll pretty much prove my point that, he cannot handle the heat whatsoever. So that's just how I actually, look at things. Yep. But all I can really say is right now, in regards to both TD Venom and Kadeem the King, is I've already said my piece about like the both of them. But if there's gonna be some other people want to have a chance to say their own piece, then go on ahead. But I will say this though, as of right now, in a little while, I'm gonna go on ahead and actually wrap up this live stream or so because I've already, said what I need to say in regards to the both of them. But all I can really say as of right now is I pretty much have already said what I need to say in regards to, the majority of this, live stream. And I can honestly say though, as of right now, is I've already said what I need to say in regards to, the both of them. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other comments or so. Okay, so far I'm not really seeing anything. Yes, I'm not seeing anything as of right now, but yeah, I've already said what I need to say or so. So all I can really say as of right now is I can honestly say that TD Venom, in my eyes, he is, receiving a W, while Kadeem the King, on the other hand, he is receiving an L because that's just how laughable and pathetic he is. While TD Venom, he's the GOAT and he's like way better. So that's the one thing that I want to say in regards to all of this or so. Yep. But anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other comments or so because in a little while it's about time for me to actually, wrap this live stream up because I've already said what I needed to say. Yep. So let me go on ahead and just take a quick look just to make sure if there's going to be something new in the live chat or so because I've already said what I need to say. Okay, so let me just take a look at this. Okay, so to the people in the live chat, there should be like a quick little, a quote unquote time limit that I just put or so. So it should be right there. So I'm finally gonna go on ahead and say what I need to say because it's about time for me to actually, actually wrap up this live stream and actually call this a stream. Yep. So all I can really say as of right now is I just greatly appreciate every last one of you for actually, been tuning in for this. And yeah, that's the one thing that I do want to say though. So if there's gonna be like anything that you people want to have a chance to say, go on ahead and just say your piece as of right now because I am gonna go on ahead and actually, wrap up this so-called live stream though. But I want to make sure if any of you people actually have anything that you want to say or so. Because it's about time for me to actually, wrap things up here or so. Yep. So that's the one thing that I want to say. So I guess I will say at least one last or one final thing in regards to TD Venom. So, okay, so one thing I want to say to you, TD Venom, is I do hope that you'll have a chance to watch this live stream whenever you can. I just overall just enjoy your content, your videos, your streams, your music and whatnot. And I honestly cannot wait for you to be, checking out more of your content or so. And not only that, but I am here to defend you because the way I see it, though, as of right now, is you are the GOAT. And not only that, but I guess you could say to an extent that you inspire a lot of us to enjoy your content and stuff like that. I mean, granted, you could say that myself and some other people don't know how to make music or so, but when it comes to you, you know how to make music. And if you ever need help when it comes to your so-called live stream, yes, your live stream in the future, you're more than welcome to actually reach out to me when it comes to like your live streams in general or so. So yeah. So, anyways, I guess I will say at least one last thing or one final thing when it comes to King the King. Why don't you actually move the fuck on, shut your fucking mouth, and actually, do something with your life? Because for the most part, we are moving on from you, and there's proof that you are legit a scammer. And not only that, but if you want to keep causing drama and start shit with us, then we fight back. At this point, fair is fair. If you don't like it, one thing I want to say to you is this: tough shit. Yep. Because every time you do that, we're just gonna go on ahead. Yes, we are gonna go on ahead and call out an exposure action. That's exactly what we're gonna do every single fucking time. So that is the one thing that I do want to say though, as of right now. And Kadeem, you can go on ahead and actually make a response about this. I can give like zero shits, or I can give like two shits or two fucks. Yes, I can actually give zero fucks about you. So the one thing that I want to say in regards to both of them is what I said about TD Venom, was actually, pretty true, especially with Kadeem. All I can really say as of right now is TD Venom is like a way better person than Kadeem the King. So the way I see it right now is that TD Venom a W, Kadeem the King an L. Yep. But I can honestly say as of right now is I pretty much already said what I need to say when it comes to, me reacting to the video that I just did or so. And if Kadeem the King wants to make a response when it comes to this live stream, then go right ahead. Like I said, I can give, two shits or two fucks about what he's actually going to be doing. Okay. So I'm going to be ending this live stream in about like 1 minute or so, but I think people have already said what they need to say in the live chat or so. So yeah. All I can really say as of right now to the people in the live chat is I just, greatly appreciate that you people have been here or so, but it's about time for me to actually, wrap things up here. And I'm gonna go on ahead and just, call this a live stream or so. Because I've already, did this live stream for a reason. Okay, so the one last thing or one final thing that I want to say is to you, TD Venom, you rock, and to you, Kadeem the King, get fucked. That's the one thing I want to say in regard to the both of them. But anyways, I'm gonna be ending this live stream because I've already said what I had to say. But anyways, thank you for watching this dope live stream that I was currently doing now. So give this live stream a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next upcoming live stream. Bye, everyone.